Hey, welcome back everybody. You're probably wondering, are the numbers in the thumbnail real? Is there a legitimate strategy where people are buying mobile homes for anywhere from free to several $1,000s and flipping them for tens of thousands of dollars, legitimately and successfully? The answer is yes, and in this video we're going to go over all of the numbers, the raw data, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. Stick around to the end and I'm going to answer some of the most commonly asked questions that I get when it comes to mobile home investing. So before we get started, I also want to say that this will be an intermediate video, meaning I might skip over some common terms that I've mentioned in previous mobile home investing videos. So if you're brand new, if you just stumbled onto this video, this concept, maybe you're brand new to my channel, click this video or go to this video. I'm going to have a link in the description below. Watch that first. It's going to give you a little bit more of a background on mobile home investing, and then you'll be able to get more use out of this video here. So without further ado, let's jump into it. This is a copy of the title that I sent in. Of course, everything is pretty much scratched out on the title because there is sensitive information, but as you can see, the same partial title number, it's a 1972, and yes, we did purchase it. And then again, here's an Idaho bill of sale saying the mobile home, the purchase price, the date, and signature. So with that being said, this is all of the rehab, all of my receipts for all the materials. Here we have some HVAC professionals that I paid, and again I have some stuff blocked out here. Here's some stuff for electrical. Here's some stuff that I purchased. So as you can see, there's a lot of different things. Here's the actual title, cost $14. The request for a certificate of title. Here's the property taxes that we paid. She also paid a prorated amount, so we actually paid a little bit less than that. But yeah, so I have a binder for every property. I just wanted to show you where the numbers are coming from that I'm about to show you on the computer, so you know that everything has some math behind it and it has come from some legitimate receipts and legitimate numbers. All right, let's hop in my computer. Here we are with the numbers you should be able to see on screen here. As well as going through these numbers, I'm going to show you some before and after footage as well as photos so you get the full idea of where the money went, what the materials looked like, the improvements we made, and why we made these specific improvements. So like we said in the beginning of the video and the thumbnail, the purchase price was $3,300. I bought this on August 31st, or the last day of August. I can't remember the exact number. The last day of August for $3,300. And I had it sold by October 1st. So 1 month, about 31 days, one of my fastest turnaround times yet. The holding costs. So not only do you have purchase price and remodel price, materials, labor, but you also have some holding costs. So the total holding costs for 1 month was $410.30. We had the September lot rent. This goes to the park. Again, if you watched that previous video, you'll know what lot rent is. So that went straight to the park. I had no free lot rent on this because I bought it from an occupied owner. I didn't buy it from the park. So the park was already used to receiving lot rent on this lot, so they have no incentive to give me a break on this one, but that's okay. You got to take them how they come. So September lot rent, $325. Gas and electric, I flipped this one so quick, I haven't even gotten the bills back yet for this, but I can guarantee you it's going to be under $40, but I wanted to overshoot just to make sure this video was as accurate as possible. The title application was $14, and the 2019 county taxes, we paid $31.30 because we made the seller pay for their portion while they lived in the home. The materials totaled $1,062.30. We had mud, primer, paint. A lot of it was in paint. We take pride in the paint work that we do on these homes. And again, here's a picture of the exterior. Stay tuned though, because we're going to go over a lot of different photos, which I think you guys will really enjoy. Tape, brushes, rollers, you name it. Whenever you do a project like this, there's so many consumables, right? Like plastic drop cloth, rollers. We make sure to replace all the light bulbs so the buyer gets fresh light bulbs in the home. We like to do new outlets and outlet covers. That's really a safety issue, and cosmetically it does look better. We like to put the baseboard in, which is really nice, which we'll show you here shortly. Nails, staples, we did add a light fixture, bathroom doorknob, 4 smoke detectors, again for safety, not only of the people that you're selling it to, but your investment as well. 1 carbon monoxide alarm, same concept there, sandpaper, acrylic sheet, caulk, razors, cleaning supplies, dresser doorknobs, we updated those, trash bags, latex gloves, 2 curtains, and a welcome mat. So there's a lot of stuff in there for $1,062.30. The labor, both skilled and general, was $1,205.75. HVAC was $70 for, he just came out, this is 1 hour of labor, a safety check and a function check on the gas furnace. Also tested the carbon monoxide levels in the home. You want to make sure there's no leaks. You want to make sure the people that buy it are going to be safe in this home. We had electrical come out, licensed electrician. That's another thing. You always want to work with people who are licensed and professional. $607 to replace old outlets and install a GFI, or this is ground fault circuit interrupter in the bathroom. Install a light that we had got, and some new breakers and a safety check. Even though this didn't take him long at all, again, when you work with licensed professionals, you make sure the job is done right, of course, and it's also legal to do that as well. So you're not running the risk of getting in trouble hiring unlicensed tradesmen. General labor, obviously this is unlicensed labor, just general labor. They did the cosmetic repair, paint, baseboard install, mow the lawn, clean, just general things like that. So again, we spent $1,205. The total we spent on this home after purchasing it, the holding costs, materials, and labor totaled $5,978.35. Now, what we're showing here is some before photos, some footage during it as well. You'll see there's a lot that goes into it, and then we'll get into the after as well, as you can see right here. So as you can see, we put a lot into it. You're probably wondering, okay, all of this makes sense. You showed us the receipts, you explained the costs, you explained everything, you showed us the bill of sale, you showed us the title, application, county taxes, everything. Okay, all of this makes sense. How did you sell it for so much? So let's go over to that and I'll go through the numbers. So we sold it for $1,000 down and $344 a month for 130 months. This totals $45,720. Now I want to get to these questions because a lot of people ask me about these, not only because they're curious just as a viewer, but they want to see if it's possible for them to do it as well. And if you're interested in learning exactly how to do it, the process from A to Z, go ahead and email me. My email is going to be in the description below, and tell me that you're interested in my mobile home investing course that I'm developing as we speak. So the questions: if the home is legitimately worth $45,720 because it sold for that, how in the heck did you buy it for $3,300? So let's go over that. Well, first of all, I'm known in the community. I've actually purchased and sold several homes in this park before. I do what I say I'm going to do, and I do good business, and I do honest business. And that's why this person was already warmed up to me when she approached me telling me that her home was for sale. So I'm known in the community. This isn't a special skill. I don't particularly have even the best people skills, but I'm just known for showing up, doing what I promise, and getting the job done. So that has some weight to it. The second item is there is a small pool of cash buyers. A lot of times people don't have, even the average American has less than $400 to $500 cash saved for emergencies or for other things like this. It's actually quite sad. So there's a small pool of cash buyers. So when you come in with all cash, and this seller even told me, she said, you know, I've had several people coming up to me and offering payments, but I want an all cash deal. So that's another thing. I approach the situation with all cash. It's not that hard to save up a few $1,000s if someone is interested in doing this themselves. Also, the seller had a sense of urgency to sell before the 1st of September, right? This is the last 10 days of August is when we did this business, because then they incur additional costs. On the 1st of each month, typically lot rent is due, so the seller wanted to try to avoid that. So there was a sense of urgency to get it sold before the 1st of the month, or she would have to pay for an entire extra month, even though she might move halfway through. Also, most sellers have little to no marketing skills unless they are a marketer for a company that they work for their day job, it's highly unlikely that they use the correct listing language. If they list the home at all, typically there's like a tiny little for sale by owner sign. They don't even list it online, but if they do list it, the listing language is poor. They don't understand cosmetics and curb appeal. They also don't know how to harness technology like Facebook Messenger and things like that to sell the home. Again, this is generally speaking. Someone that might be watching said that, might comment below, hey, I've sold my home using that. Great. I'm talking generally speaking, these sellers have little to no marketing skills. They also have little knowledge about local rental rates and local comparable market rates for mobile homes. Truth be told, though, out of all fairness, there's not really a lot of market comparables. There's not really a major database for this type of information. So that's why the price of the home is incredibly, it's called a dark pool or a dark market, because there's not really a lot of gauges to go off of. A lot of it is individual deals. So if that makes sense, people then ask, okay, so how did you sell it for so much then? It's kind of the other side of the question. Well, the value, and this is something that a lot of people, and I've seen it in the comments section below, this is something that a lot of people have trouble with. The value is in the utility of the home itself. A roof over their head, a clean place to prepare a meal, a hot shower, a warm place to sleep, right? It's not like a traditional site-built home where you buy a home, it has a foundation, you get a 30-year mortgage, and you have the general assumption that it will increase in value, it's an investment, you're going to sell it, but yeah, you're also going to get shelter out of it. Well, this is purely shelter. People are willing to pay for the utility of shelter rather than an appreciating investment, if that makes sense. Professional presence. I go there, I'm professional, I say what I'm going to do, I have business cards, I have all cash, and I have the proper forms, I'm incorporated, right? I have a company, so people are more likely to do business with me rather than some random Joe Schmo saying, hey, I have a couple grand cash, let's draw up some contracts, if that makes sense. Monthly payment plan, this is how I'm also selling it for way more, is I'm willing to take monthly payments, where a lot of individual sellers, they feel intimidated, they don't know how to do background checks, credit checks, they don't know how to structure the contract. So I'm in a position to where I can take monthly payments because I'm able to do so. And this results in ownership, of course, which is comparable to apartments in the area. So the monthly payment that I sell them at is comparable to the cost of an apartment, which of course results in zero ownership. So that's something to keep in mind. I focus on eliminating no's, right? Again, let's go back to utility. What do people want when they buy a home? They want a solid roof that doesn't leak. They want a furnace that's going to keep them warm. They want a water heater to be able to take a hot shower, right? Think utility mindset. If all of those basic comforts and basic necessities are in place, you eliminate a lot of no's. I also have a deep emphasis on cosmetic improvements. Even though it's a trailer, you can make it feel and look like a nice home. And if you do everything right, it will be a nice home that will look like a nice home. Warm tone paints, as you can see, no whitewash rental, right? If you do white walls, white ceiling, white everything, that screams low budget, that screams rental. You want it to look like a nice home. Modern baseboard. Baseboard doesn't cost that much. You want to throw baseboard in there. The competition certainly isn't doing that. And you want it clean, for heaven's sakes, you want it clean. I don't know how many mobile homes I've seen that I've purchased from individual sellers or parks that are still dirty. There's dirt and dust and it's dark. No wonder people aren't willing to pay a premium for those homes. Also, I add emotional features and I do staging, as you can see here, and what actually I'll show you later on in the photos. I do staging such as colorful paintings, candles, a welcome mat. You'd be surprised how psychological a clean, nice welcome mat is. After they see the curb appeal, it says welcome, right? That's incredibly important. And a lot of us watching this don't realize how important a clean, nice welcome mat is. I do USB charging outlets, right? It's very funny. I noticed a lot of people, they say, honey, oh, I love that. We can plug our iPhone right into the outlet and we're not using up outlet space. It's a simple $17 outlet and $17 feature, but people love that. They might not remember the address, they might not remember the pricing, but they're going to remember that mobile home with the USB outlets. Not only is it modern, but it's really convenient and it's an emotional thing that they keep in mind, again, rather than other things. I make sure the lighting is nice. I have vacuum lines in the carpet. I make sure the temperature is right. You don't want someone walking into a home that they might purchase and it not be a comfortable temperature. You don't want it blazing hot. You don't want it freezing cold and say, oh, we have the furnace off to save on gas because no one's in here. No, you want it 68 to 70 degrees at all times. It's worth the holding cost to have that. You want to do a detailed and honest listing, and you want to give professional and honest service when you answer the questions and you take them through the sales process. Let me show you what my competitors are doing and what I'm doing and how I'm able to sell the home for way more. So let's take a look at how important the listing is and some of the staging items. So we're going to go over here. This is an actual home for sale. It's been listed for a long time now, relisted actually, okay? First, let's take a look at the description. Okay, so I'm going to blur some of this because I don't want to rain on their parade. But as you can see, all it talks about is pricing and interest, and no pets, no smoking. It talks about the square footage. It talks about what year it is, right? It doesn't say anything. It doesn't talk about maybe is it close to a park? How far away is it from the store? Is there an elementary school nearby? What are some of the features? Is there any beautiful features of the home? Doesn't say anything. So now let's take a look at the pictures. And again, this is a competitor. This is why I'm able to sell faster and for way more money than most people in the market. So let's take a look here. First of all, we have the gravel here that needs to be swept up. Okay, we have a random rake that's leaned against the home. We have some random items stacked here. We don't know what's going on here. We have some weeds. Okay, the picture's kind of crooked. They didn't lighten the picture in post-editing. Okay, so not a great impression. And again, random lighting, bad lighting, can't really see the yard here. Random picture of carpet and blue baseboard that doesn't even match. Okay, so that makes it look small. Again, it's dark. They're not, now I don't mean to filter your photos, but you need to brighten them up in post-edit so people can see it. Angled photo, dark photo, doesn't talk about any of the features. So not only do we have a dark picture here at a random angle, there's no toilet paper on the toilet paper roll. Again, you want to stage it to where it's a home ready to be lived in. You want it to feel like a home, warm, nice pictures. And again, people might laugh at the toilet paper comment, but it's true. Put a roll of toilet paper on there. It costs $1. Put a shower curtain in there. Put a bath mat. All this stuff that I'm talking about, you're saying, yeah, but all that stuff adds up as cost. No, it doesn't, because once you sell the home, you take those staging items to your next home. You don't have to leave the bath mat. You don't have to leave the shower curtain. You say that those items are not included. Those are staging items. But in the photos, you want them, and when you show the home, you want those in there. Let's go to the next photo. Random photo. We don't even know what this is. Is it a closet? Is it a part of a bedroom? What is this? Is this a pantry? Random windows, okay? Again, random dark picture of some room, no flow, no description, dark hallway, it looks like something's leaning up against there, no vacuum lines. Again, cockeyed photo, this is the competition here. Random dark corner, we can't even tell what that is. Looks like there's some pallets outside. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Stuff here, random, that's a light, so people know that it's unfinished, see? And right there, if you can see, that's the dome for that light, okay? So it looks like dust or something is on the floor, dark photo, bad angle, another random angle. Terrible. This is probably the worst picture because look, you have some caulk, you have some cleaning items. You want that completely cleared off and you want a bowl of fruit. Costs $5. Get a glass bowl, put some bananas and some apples in it. Get all that junk cleared out of there. Again, this is how terrible this is. Now, let's look at the listing that helped me sell my home. First of all, here's the complete listing, right? Available, rent to own, no need to continually rent. This freshly remodeled, spacious mobile home is uniquely positioned on a large lot right next to beautiful park and sports. The 1972 home features, and you see what I'm saying? We're telling about the home. We're selling the home. We're not lying. We're not embellishing. We're saying the truth here, but we're making sure to not sell ourselves short by just saying it's this many square feet. In fact, if people ask the square foot, give it to them. But if it's something like 720 square foot, don't list that. People are going to arbitrarily imagine that that's not that much, right? So talk about the kitchen, talk about all the spacious things, talk about all the things that you added to it. And you want to say, hey, it's 9 minutes to Walmart, it's 5 minutes to City Center. You want people to visualize them running errands, making it a home. 1 minute walk to a gas station, 1 minute walk to a park. Here's the home pricing. Here's what we need to do to get you in the home. Wow, let's take a look at these photos. Nice angles, very clean curb appeal. Now, I don't want to toot my own horn, but people ask me, how do I sell these homes for so much? Okay, we have warm lighting. We have vacuum lines in the carpet. We have some colorful staging items. These are just simple vases, right? It's not all white paint, custom textured ceiling. Again, this was all for, what was it, around $6,000? Let's go back to what we had for cost here. Cost, this was all, yep, just under $6,000. I can't even remember the details of this one. I'm already on to the next two, but let's get back to this. All under $6,000. We wanted to make sure we had a light in here, beautiful exterior photos. Okay, again, welcome mat. This is huge. You want the lights on. You want the blinds open. Okay, you want to show some flowers there. Just beautiful, nice angles. Again, here's another picture of the room. If the house itself doesn't have quite enough built-in lighting, add a lamp to stage it. You want lighting when people see it. You want them to walk in and feel warm. Bright pictures. Okay. Again, vacuum lines. You want a nice photo. Bright photo. I added a light in here to make sure I added some staging items. Okay, we updated these knobs in here. Again, nice photo, very light. Shows the appliances, shows the storage. And again, that's another thing. They do one shot of each room or one shot of the bathroom. Get several angles. Facebook isn't going to penalize you for how many photos you put up. We have a painting here. We have a candle. Okay, we have some soap here that is unused. Again, it's staging. We have some toilet. You can't quite see the toilet paper, but it's there. We have it. Okay. Going into the back room, again, vacuum lines, very clean, nice beige, nice. Here, if you zoom in, you can see the USB outlets. Again, we have the Himalayan lamp in there. We painted all that. And here's the kitchen. We have a kitchen towel. We have a unique saying, something about make it home or something like a warm meal. We have the dish soap in there. These are all staging items. They don't stay with the home, okay? They just make it seem like more of a home. That paper towel dispenser better have paper towels in it because you want it there. Again, that's $1 or $2. You can take that to the next home. Don't leave those features unfilled or unused. It just makes it seem like a bland, dark home. You want it to make it seem like a warm home ready to be lived in by adding these little features. It doesn't take much time, okay? You want to show the cabinets, the premium hinges. And again, I show that I put in the USB charging ports, so not only can you have items plugged in, but you can plug your phone directly into it. This is an emotional thing. It also makes the experience a little bit better for them. And then how to buy. I tell them exactly how to get a hold of me, exactly what to do. If at this point you're wondering, okay, all of that makes sense, I've learned quite a bit so far, but I still have questions. If this is so profitable, why wouldn't the mobile home park themselves buy the home that cheap from the owner, flip it, and do it, right? Why wouldn't they do it themselves? Well, some do, to be completely honest. Some do, and they make good money. Although most park owners and operators are interested in owning the actual land in order to collect their monthly lot rent, and that's it, right? They just want to own the mobile home park. They're not in the business of construction and sales, right? They simply want to own a parking lot. And so sometimes they know the profit's on the table, but they're content with what they have. Or sometimes parks will have an interest in doing so, but they simply lack the resources to do so. They can't find good labor, right? The unemployment rate's so low, it's almost pitiful. Everyone that wants a job has a job for the most part. It's hard to find skilled labor. They might not have the time to do it. They might not know the correct process. So keep in mind that some parks themselves do it. Others have no interest in it at all, and some can't because of one or several challenges. So another question I get a lot is, why do you sell the home? Wouldn't renting be better since the cash flow would last forever? Well, you can decide on whether or not you want to rent your mobile homes, but mobile homes without land are depreciating assets. So these are mobile homes in mobile home parks. They're not on their own private land. They rent the land underneath it. The value, again, is in the utility of the home, right? The utility is what people are willing to pay for, not necessarily the asset itself as an appreciating investment. So in fact, you lose money if you own these as an investment. You don't lose money if you own them and you're actively living in it, raising a family. Now, generally, and again, if there's renters watching this, I'm not saying you specifically, generally renters have lower pride of ownership because they don't have any ownership. I don't blame them, right? Now, renters have lower pride of ownership, so there's more wear and tear naturally on the home and on the inside of the home. They're not quick to fix issues when needed, right? Like a small roof leak, they might notice it and say, oh, I have to mention that to the manager. But they're not really going to mention it until they become uncomfortable or until it becomes a big issue. And then maybe there's a mold issue, or maybe it dripped into some electrical wires, right? So they tend not to be quick to report things unless it's a major inconvenience for their natural habits and their lifestyle, okay? Also, I wanted to create a business, not a job, right? And I kind of put this tongue-in-cheek here. I hate phone calls on the beach. People say, yeah, you can hire a property management company. I know all that. I get that. I understand the pricing. Still, I don't want to deal with that layer of management and complicating my business. Also, to be completely upfront, my strategy mimics rental cash flow, except it's one better because I'm not having to deal with all of the costly obligations such as ongoing maintenance and repair. I sell the home on 5 to 10 year monthly payment plans. So I'm getting that monthly cash flow just like a rental, but again, I'm not getting the phone calls, or I'm not having to pay a property management company to deal with leaky toilets, noisy refrigerators, leaky roofs, right? Leaky windows, bad carpet, whatever it may be, okay? Also, it's important that you're not pawning off like a lemon home to a buyer. You want to make sure that you keep good relationships in the community, which again is how I got this particular deal, by not being a sleazy slumlord. Make the appropriate repairs on the home or disclose the issues. You don't want to hide things and patch things up because it'll only come back to bite you. So when I say that I love owning it without all of the costly obligations, I either fix those obligations up front or I disclose those so they know exactly what they're buying. Now, owners that are on the payment plan, not only do I have the cash flow, I don't have the rental responsibility, but the people paying it generally improve the property, right? They plant a garden, they paint, they keep it really nice, and they're also more diligent about paying me that monthly payment because they see light at the end of the tunnel, meaning they know that they're paying towards ownership rather than continual rent, like in an apartment or any other type of rental. So again, that's why I will never rent a mobile home. It does not make sense. I have way more peace of mind and probably more money because I'm not dealing with ongoing maintenance. And I have better tenants, tenant buyers, so to speak, because they're working towards ownership. So people say, what if they stop paying? Well, eviction, plain and simple. Just because mobile homes are different from traditional housing doesn't mean you don't evict people. You evict them. You prepare the home for sale again. Now, you could sell the home twice and make even more money. I hope that people stay in the home and get what they paid for. But if for some reason they stop paying, I will evict them. I will take the home, prepare it for sale again, and sell it again for another $1,000 down and however much per month, okay? The title always stays in my company's name until the buyers complete the payment plan. So you always maintain control. Now, some parks won't allow this, but again, I work in parks that do. Who pays the lot rent? This is another confusion. Or park fees. The tenant buyer, they always pay everything. I might have them pay through me, and then I pay the park to make sure that all those bills are paid, but they always pay everything. When I say $344 a month, that is net. That's net of everything. Again, I may collect the lot rent from them and pass it on to the park, but I never pay it. So a few of my other videos, I think I confused people saying, yeah, and then I pay the lot rent. Yeah, I may physically pay it, but not from my money. I'm simply the conduit or the middle person that they pay so I can make sure that they stay up on their lot rent. So with that being said, if you're interested in this type of investing, again, check out my other mobile home videos and also email me using the email below to tell me that you have interest in a course that I'm working on and that I will release if there's enough interest. Also, I have a ton of different investment and personal finance videos on this channel as well, so definitely check those out if you're interested in being a diversified investor. And of course, always check out my good friend John Fedro and his mobile home investing videos. He has been mobile home investing way longer than I have, And a lot of 99.9% of what I've learned from John or expanded on what he's taught me or learned from him in some way, shape, or form. So John Fedro is a rock star in this space and definitely an authority in the overall sector of mobile home investing. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give me a big fat thumbs up, and we'll see you guys next video.